Hi, I'm so excited that you've clicked on this link for yourself. This tells me that you really are serious about making a change this year. So it's so hard to make a change without a plan, right? So if we just keep wishing on that crystal ball and hoping that our bodies will change next year without changing anything, isn't that the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You feel like a hamster running in a wheel. So I have developed this program to help make it crystal clear for you to achieve your goals so that you can follow the right pathway that's specifically good for what your body needs right now. So let me tell you a little bit about what you will be doing. So the first thing I want to do, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about your BMR. So if you don't know what you're burning, it's really hard to know what calories you should be eating, right? So first we're going to figure out, and I'm going to send you all the links when I'm done, so that way you can specifically go in and as you're losing weight, you can track your progress and you can follow along and see where things are at. So I'm going to give you the same tools that I give to my clients that I train one-on-one here in Los Angeles. So first things first, we're going to figure out what your BMR is. If you drop below your BMR, what you're burning, what you're burning is your fuel. So if I'm burning 1,400 calories a day and I decide I'm only going to eat 800, it's going to make me anorexic. That is not my goal. My goal is to lose weight, but if I don't eat at least what I'm burning, I'm going through my fuel and it's starting to eat away at the muscle. That's why people set themselves up for failure. They drop too low, they do it for a week or two and they're like, this is too hard, this sucks, I'm so hungry, I'm miserable, I'm like, for me, I get hungry, angry, where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kill whoever's in front of me, that hangry. I don't want that. Now, if I'm burning 1,400, as I mentioned before, I was eating closer to 2,400. Now, if I drop 500 calories from 2,400, I'm still 500 calories, 600 calories above my BMR. Am I going to be a little hungry? Yeah, because I'm used to eating 2,400. But I'm going to lose that pound of fat each week that I'm trying to lose. So we're going to figure out realistically for you what your goal is. And I want you to come prepared with something in your head as to what you want your goal to be. I don't want it to be something that I necessarily set for you. I want it to be whatever yours is, whether it's to lose 10 pounds or 100. Obviously, the bigger the goal, the longer it takes. So you have to be realistic with that. And it does take change. I mean, losing those last 10 pounds for me, I had to change my diet. I had to change my workouts. You know you're ready for change in your workouts if you've been doing the same workouts forever, you feel like you've hit a plateau, and you're not feeling the burn anymore, right? It's probably a little too easy for you. So one thing that was crazy eye-opening for me when I became a corrective exercise specialist. So as a National Academy of Sports Medicine trainer, certified personal trainer, I went on to further my education and get a corrective exercise specialty. So I work with a lot of people that are injured or have just had surgery. They finish their physical therapy and rehab, and then they get sent to me to get stronger. So something that's near and dear to my heart is all of this text neck. So I'll show you. This is me times 10. So all this texting we're doing is not only making us a hunchback, when we look that far forward, it's like it's a 60-pound weight. Your head becomes a 60-pound weight hanging on your neck and shoulders. So when you feel all that tension and like you hold all the tension through your neck and shoulders, you do. And I'm gonna teach you. I've got these amazing physical therapy rolly balls that I go against the wall and I lean and I roll and get the knots out so I have more mobility and break down the fascia. So we're gonna pinpoint, so we'll do some basic muscle assessments. Literally, guys, if you can do a squat, like that's all I need. It might sound hokey, but I've done hundreds of these and I can pinpoint specifically, okay, this is what's tight, this is what's taking over. We tend to do such repetitive motion all day long. We do everything from the front side of our body. The back side takes a beating. So for me, I hunch too much. So I text a ton. We drive in the car like this. We go home, we sit on the couch, we're like this. And we eat like this. Moms breastfeed like this. And you wonder why we have all the tension here. So the most mind-boggling thing for me, as women, we're not really told to work our back muscles. We do stuff that we're good at. We are built to have babies, so we like working our core. We like working our legs and our glutes, our buns, right? But then come time to do a push-up, you're like, no, I can't do it. Why can't you do it? Because you can't push up off the ground because you don't have the back muscles to help you do it. Why is that important? If you have tension in your neck and shoulders, or if you get headaches or migraines like I did and still do, those back muscles are your anchor, right? So your anchor will help hold your head and neck up straight so that all the tension isn't pulling from here to here. Your muscle from here to here is so tight it's ready to snap. And then it starts pulling things out of place. So from rolling and totaling my car, my cervical 3, 4, and 5 are tilted inward, and I have degenerative discs, and everything pulls, and I get so much tension. I did physical therapy for years and years. I've done acupuncture, I've gone to chiropractors, I've gone everywhere. And it would work when I'd go to physical therapy. I'd feel better, but then as soon as I was finished with my physical therapy, it would always come back. And it was because I was not working this. The physical therapist would tell me, Lisa, you need to work your back. And in my young head, after the accidents, I'm like, my back is solid. I teach Pilates. I don't have low back pain. When they meant these muscles, and they don't teach girls. Do you know where your rear delts are? Do you know where your rhomboids are? Do you know how to work your back muscles? Yeah, we don't really think about that. So men are built, they work their Tarzan muscles. Yeah, there's cording, their biceps, their upper body, and their back. But then they rarely work their core, and they have skinny little legs and little bums. I'm generalizing, but you know what I mean. And go talk to your husband, your boyfriend, whomever, and say, hey, do you ever do any core? Do you ever work your legs or your glutes? And they're gonna go, no. If they do, bonus points for them. I'm generalizing here. And women, we're the exact opposite. We hate working upper body and back. We like doing the stuff that we're already good at. So if we are constantly doing stuff that we're already good at, we're just making the tighter things worse. We need to do things to expand. We need to stretch the weaker muscles, and we need to do something to anchor the tighter muscles. So when I do these basic assessments, I'll be able to tell you, okay, this is what's super tight. Y'all drive cars, right? This is what I'm seeing so much right now. We sit in the car in a hip flex position, and we only use our right foot to pedal, right? So that hip gets so tight. And the problem is, it starts pulling, I'm exaggerating here because there's not much room on the camera, but it starts pulling your hip out of place, that right hip. So for people that have that slight hip shift, pulling your right glute in helps put things into alignment, because what's happening, it pulls the hip. It used to be mainly with men that they were getting sciatica pain, but now we're seeing it more and more with women, especially that drive. So what happens is it shifts that hip, you get pressure on that spine on the low back, and then it pinches the sciatic nerve. That nerve is a huge nerve. It pinches the nerve, and then you get numbness going all the way down the leg. 95% curable according to WebMD with core work. Every single one of my clients that have sciatica pain, gone, they don't have it anymore. So that's really my passion. I want to figure out what's tight, what's weak, and then we can figure out, okay, these are the muscles you should be working on. And so some things will be harder, and then some things are going to feel great. Like those little rolly balls, you're going to love them. They were a life changer for me. Now, if I only do the stuff I like, the rolly balls feel really good. If I only do the rolly balls, it doesn't anchor it. It doesn't solve my problem. It's the combination of the both. So what's beautiful about these assessments are we're going to figure out calories, so that way you're not flying blind, because that's why resolutions fail. We set these grand hopes, I'm going to lose 10 pounds, but you don't have a plan of attack to do it. So we're going to figure out what you can realistically do as far calorie-wise to hit that goal. We're going to figure out, okay, I may have plateaued at my current workouts, or I'm just getting started with workouts. I don't even know what to do. We'll figure out what realistically you can do and what muscle areas you should be focusing on strengthening and what muscles you should be focusing on stretching. And then I'll come up with, we'll sit down and we'll do a very basic plan, and we're going to map out, you know, when you're going to do your strength days, when you're going to do your stretching days, when you're going to get your cardio in, because you need a combination of both. I always tell my clients, don't pay a trainer to do cardio. You can do cardio on your own. If you live in a place like beautiful Southern California, you can go running outside, you can go on the beach as long as it doesn't hurt your joints and whatnot. You can go on hikes outside. If you're somewhere where it snows, you can ski and snowboard. There's so many ways that you can do it that it doesn't have to be mundane, but you don't need to pay for cardio. And if you're a part of a gym, there's so many great classes, cycling classes, dance classes that you can do to get your heart rate up to burn calories immediately. But the muscles are going to help burn them for longer. It will bring your BMR up so you don't have to work so hard for it. And then if you figure out which ones are tighter and which ones are weaker, and we can help those, you're going to enjoy your workouts better, because then it doesn't hopefully aggravate your knee pain and whatnot. Now, this is not a full plan. I cannot fix anything during these assessments, and this is me giving you the information. This is me setting you up with a goal plan so you know what to work on going ahead. To come up with the whole training program, that's what you train with the trainer for. And I do that one-on-one at the Bay Club in Palos Verdes. And then for people that live out of state, that don't live near here, that aren't members there, I do my online. But this plan is specifically set up to help you conquer those initial, have a plan. I'm going to be straight up. I'm going to tell you what it is and what it is not. If you are crazy already into diet and nutrition and you want to know about macros and micros and blah, 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 that's not what this is. We're trying to figure out, if you know what you're eating, then you know what you can subtract, and if you know what you're burning. So for instance, if I give my clients information and they go start, one of my favorite apps that I really like is MyFitnessPal. The problem with MyFitnessPal, for the first 2 weeks, you've got to go plug in everything you're eating. So for those first 2 weeks, you really don't know what you're eating or what you're burning, right? So even if you know what you're eating, you don't really know what you're burning. So then where do you measure where your calories should be? And if after the first 2 weeks, you're like, oh, this takes up too much time, then half of the people, because about 50% of people go, oh, this is too much work, and the other 50% that are really on it keep doing it. So instead of setting yourself up from failure from the beginning, we're going to get started right away. You're going to know what you're burning. You're going to know what you're eating, so you can fill in the gap of where you want to be calorie-wise to hit your goal and to keep it long-term, to make it manageable long-term. So we will figure out your calorie plan. We will figure out what's tight and what's weak, and we will come up with a basic weekly plan that you should be following to help you hit your physical goals. This package is $199. So to train with me for an hour session, it is, I'm a level 3 trainer, so that's the highest level you can get. So when you're a corrective exercise specialist and I've been in the fitness industry for 16 years, I've got multiple certifications, so I'm more expensive and I'm really good and I'm good at what I do. So I want to be able to help you. So to work with me one-on-one for an hour is $125. So I'm going to give you 2 hours. This is a special. So you are going to get $50 off those 2 hours. So it will be $199. The discount's already applied at checkout. Please don't pay attention to the old online web classes. Those are being updated, so please don't apply for those. The only thing I'm offering right now is the